then if you can't meet up tomorrow, we at least want to have you on as being, participating in the meetings and so forth. It just shows that, you've been helping out, you've been there as well.
I've got you recording now, and it's
Okay.
possible that when I get to work, I can actually record. I just wouldn't be able to participate. My first couple hours are pretty hectic before I can get back to the office. So
Completely understand, man. Completely understand. So let's just go over our roles. Yeah.
Yeah, and just a real quick recap since we're recording this now. We had the conversation about the different roles and who's doing what. So it's broken out here, but just basically what we agreed upon is I will be doing the cloud and virtualization lead, getting the servers up and running, Nyada. You will be doing that base configuration. And then Bryant, you're going to be doing a lot of our networking stuff. Brian, you will be managing identities, and Ben, you'll be doing some of the file and administration engineering. So thank you. I do want to say I appreciate us all pulling this together. Just really quick, what we've been troubleshooting here was getting the network up and running. We have the server that is running using the virtual box here. Now, where do we want to go with this? Do we just want to finish troubleshooting or getting Azure running?
Yeah. First, go to your IP settings, and we do see it connecting down at the bottom, which we do have a particular IP added to it. If you go to Ethernet settings, there you go, properties. So it looks like we got that up and running. Yeah. Now you about to say something?
Oh, I was just talking to myself. I was and the
Okay.
information saved.
All right. Oh, looks like it. It looked like
Yeah.
it's holding that IP that he's buried it placed in before we got that globe.
Right.
So that's good to know.
Yep, we got rid of that. On the Ethernet here, we have multiple IPv4 addresses now. If I go to this, we just have the one that's here. So it's strange that this switched here. So that might be something that from a routing standpoint, we might have to look at that and see if this is impacting anything.
Well, the
Because-
IPv4.
Want a
No,
snippet?
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Do you
ahead.
want a snippet of that IP information so that we have it?
Yeah. I need to send you, I think, the login information for this as well. So I'll make sure I get that. But
Yeah, your IPv4 and your IPv6 is running currently on IPv4 because of that IP address. So I think it's just letting you know it can toggle between both if necessary. So it's just showing that IPv6 is enabled and IPv4 is enabled as well. Currently, you're running the IPv4 IP, so the IP6 is a lot longer.
yep. All right, so that has us connected. We're in Azure here. And just a quick show what I had shown before. We have the virtual machine set up. So the virtual machine's in here. We did our configuration for the roles with the identities. And I will get some switched and make sure everyone's assigned, but we have Nyada as a contributor. Some of us are owners. I will make you all contributors because I think contributors is more appropriate and responsible if this was the professional environment. We have our resource group that's here. With our virtual machine, our security group, our virtual network is here, and the IP address is here as well. So just an FYI for all of you, now that you're able to see this in the resource group, this is where all this stuff is stored in here.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
We have Azure Arc. We have to onboard the server. Do we want to quick do that right now, or Nayada, did you have to run? Did you have things that you need to do? Because this might take a little bit, but from what we learned in class, it didn't seem like it took too long.
Okay, we can try and do it right now.
Yay!
So it looks a little differently than it did in our training. I think I want to do machines here. Let's see. And I'm going to put it into this VM1 group. I think we might need to change the name of this. I believe I saw in our final project that it says you're supposed to use a specific name. So that's something I'll need to look at. But just an FYI for you, I did see that.
I can look at that for you while you're setting it up.
Okay, thank you. All
You're
right, so region, I'm going to just pick the US East. We don't need to connect to SQL Server. We don't have a SQL Server for databases.
Where exactly are you? Well, never mind. I was thinking because the particular area that it's connecting to, does it give you anything outside of East? Does it tell you anything? When you go back, it said the East. What other options did it give you for region?
Yeah, it gives a lot of different options here. These are
Well,
all just recommended.
yeah, the reason why I was saying that it does matter exactly where you're located, like wherever the virtual machine or wherever the particular area where it's located or where it's running from. Um, in terms of even though it's like not noticeable, but it is kind of a point. The reason why I was saying this is because in our environment, um, US East is our connection, in particular because of where our headquarters is located and where our pretty much where everything is set up, our core set up. So if you get something outside, say, if we was to do it in, US West, I mean, it may not be too much, but it is a small lag. So I was just verifying that, that's all.
Yeah, no, actually, that's an excellent point. Thanks for calling that out. I appreciate that. Thinking about the fact that the server is running on my computer and I'm in the central, I'm going to switch that region to central US. Connectivity method, we're using a public endpoint. So we want to connect to the internet directly using the default routes on the server. We're not using a proxy or anything. Our gateway, I don't think that was something that was covered in our lessons, but I don't think it's something we need to know either for this. No.
I don't think so, but we'll double check.
Yep. So authentication method, we can authenticate manually by using the Azure login to authenticate each machine separately, or we can use a service principal to automatically authenticate machines. I'm going to leave this as manual. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I agree.
I think right now it's probably the easiest way for us to manage that. I mean, it
Yeah,
would make sense if we were doing like dozens and dozens of servers, but we're not.
yeah, that would probably more connect toward a SSO, like a single sign-on. Like Sarah said, if you had like Improvada or something of that nature, I know that in particular, especially when it comes to authenticating machines at SSO like Improvada, there's a badging, where they can just use their card to badge into that device and then it signs them in automatically. But I don't think we have it with this particular thing that we're doing. So that would probably be the best thing to do is do the manual like you have it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Okay, so we're creating the script here that we'll need to run. I have that copied. And then it's not asking for the certificate thing that it asked about in our training, so or I think it was the register. Yeah. So I'm just going to use that. Now I'm going to open PowerShell. I'm going to do the ISC. Oops. I'm as administrator. Now, it does require access to port 443. And then if I remember correctly, outbound was 445, which I believe is already set up in here. So we'll see just what happens. I'll run the script. And it's doing its thing.
I want to grab a snippet of that for the PowerPoint, maybe.
Sure, yeah, good idea.
I dropped the instructions in the chat.
While this is doing its thing, I just want to call out for the recording here. 1 second. So when I was doing our setup for like RAM, I did 4 gigabytes for RAM to make sure it does meet specifications, but it has a little bit more. I think like 2 gigabytes is the minimum, but it runs really poorly on that. I use 2 CPUs for processors, and then the disk size is 50 gigabytes, which should be fine for everything that we're doing. So just an FYI on that. All right. Authentication is complete. Looks like everything's in here. It's kind of cool. I did not need to copy and paste anything like it did in our video, so that's kind of nice. Let's just check to make sure it's listed here. So, oh, maybe it would be over here. So it's not showing anything here. You said you put instructions in chat?
Yes, I did.
Look here. Because some of that setup looked a little bit different. Probably because we're on 2022 instead of 2019. I should have left that one. Oh wait, that's because it's in here. What is this? So we have an error here. This policy maintains a set of best available regions where your subscription can deploy. So I'm thinking what it's telling me here is that the region we're selecting is not supported.
So moving it back to East, is that what you're saying?
Maybe.
So
I don't know
had
what-
that problem in my last class,
Oh, did you?
and it was to the
What'd
point
you
where
have to do?
everyone couldn't access.
Say it again. You broke up a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just came upstairs. It was a point where everyone couldn't access it. Only the people who was in that certain time zone.
Huh.
It goes based off of whoever created the account.
So, I mean, for me, this is my account and I'm in Central.
So what did you run it from maybe the first time? I think you run it from East. Was that the
Hang on.
first time you?
If you look at the time within the
Oh,
Azure window itself, it looks like it's not going off your time zone.
yeah, we never adjusted date and time. That's a good point.
Mhm.
So it's going off the default of Pacific.
I think I forgot about that too. When in assignments, one of the things that like I was saying, so you aim the computer and then just the time zone.
You got really quiet again.
Oh, can y'all hear me? Barely?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
still a little muffled, but I can hear you.
But I was saying that reminds me of when we're doing those assignments. Actually, not the assignments. The demos. The guy was saying that we need to adjust the time and zone if you're in, set up everything. So maybe there was a reason why it's not being connected.
So was you able to actually do it the first time when you ran through? Were you able to do it on East the first time?
When I ran it the first time, that's where we got that error. I had done it on Central, but if it does have something to do with the time zone, it was on Pacific. So I just changed it to a Central time zone and I'm going to try the Central region and see if that fixes it.
Okay.
And if not, I can try the East. I don't know if it's just well, yeah, it might be the preferred because of where I'm at and as opposed to what my computer clock said. And typically the time zone would have been one of the first things we configured, and that's my fault. We're doing this probably a little bit ahead of some of the early configuration that I skipped over.
This is the troubleshooting part.
Yeah, yeah. So this is still showing a failure here. Let me just check this.
Can you do me a favor? Can you copy that error message in the chat?
Yes. I'm just going to do this. Oh, maybe I can. with it being a different environment, I don't think it's going to copy over. No, it's not. But it's error 403.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
HTTP.
actually
Step.
do a snippet of that error message.
And one thing I'm wondering with this is maybe the port is still blocked.
I think you had inbound and outbound have to be open. I think when you were saying,
No. Can you remind me where the port permissions were listed? Otherwise, I'll go back and rewatch that video, and then I can just work on that.
I was thinking tools as well, but I'm not exactly sure.
I can't remember if it was system configuration. Oh, I think I'm going to need to go back and rewatch that video. I don't remember exactly where it is in here to check that. And until we figure that out, I don't think there's anything that I can do here. Yeah, it's just going to take me through
hold
the
on
same
for
thing.
1 second. Let me see if I can. See. Yeah, it's in the firewall, but let's go back to the portal. There you go. There you go. You see. So let's just try this. Can you go back to the portal?
Are you talking about this or are you talking about Azure?
Yeah, Azure portal.
Okay.
Networking. See that?
Yeah, it's back here, I think. Actually,
This is in the left menu under settings.
I know I've seen it.
I'm going down.
Here it is.
There you go. Select networking, and then it says add inbound rule or click add inbound rule, port rule. Do you have that?
Would it be like under firewalls?
We can
Or
click
is
on
it
it.
just
Our local firewall.
policies? Oh, let's see.
No application firewalls. Those admin.
I don't think this is setting up the policy. That I don't think that's it.
Okay.
But so we haven't set up a firewall, so there's nothing listed here yet.
No. And that's the reason why since we need to set up a firewall rule to redirect traffic, configure a proxy or firewall rule to redirect traffic.
Just checking
Oh,
this. See, this is what I continuously run into is the policy maintains a set of best available regions, but I don't know what regions are the best regions that are allowed.
Nope.
So like West appears to be an allowed one. It's not letting me select something there. Let me just try one more time on that Azure Arc, and I'm going to try picking the West just because the West seems to work. Oh, maybe this will help me. Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so it's almost 8 p.m., so I gotta head out for the night.
Okay. Thank you for jumping on and helping. I appreciate it. We'll get
No
through this
problem.
and get this running.
All right, sorry, but I gotta get my kid ready for Monday.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You gotta do the family things. I completely understand.
Are we still meeting
So yeah,
on
I was about
Friday?
to ask. You still want me tomorrow?
If we need the meeting tomorrow, if we don't get accomplished what we need tonight, and we still need that meeting tomorrow, just let me know. I can try and make it work. If it means I take my laptop to work or whatever, we can do that.
Right. Thank you.
If y'all could just send an update in the chat and then I'll check it in the morning.
Gotcha. Right.
All right. I hope y'all have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So Bear, I think one of the things that the only problem with it, even though it is look like it's connecting, the thing is that whenever we push like any group policies out, say if you have a policy to where you restrict, I don't know if when you go into some of the readings, it basically says that, like, for instance, when you push any type of group policies out, like for instance, Active Directory, anything of that nature with the person, say if there's, you restrict their access from, beyond 12 p.m. or something of that nature, like 12 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's going to be in, it's going to be in, I guess it's going to be in central time that it's going to push it out. So I don't know how that would be I don't know if that would be, it works currently as it is, but like if we ever push any group policies out, it's only gonna be for, I'm assuming Central Time, or West Time, which is about 3 hours back. I don't know if that's gonna make even a difference, but just
Well, it
thinking
could,
about it.
and it's good to keep in mind, like when we do roll out any policies, if we're not seeing those policies go into effect right away, it could have something to do with that.
Mhm.
Got a question, Barrett. Does that Oracle itself have its own firewall?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, because it's just basically functioning like logging into a normal computer. It's just letting it run within my computer. So it shouldn't, I don't think it does. I'm not saying that with 100% confidence, though, because it's not something I really researched.
Right.
This is just frozen up, unless it's taking forever, but it's just been running this script the whole time. I'm going to try doing it again. I don't know if it's a good sign that,
It could be,
that
yeah.
it's not doing anything. Yeah.
You could go to your resource monitor and see if it's still running. Well, no, you've already backed up.
Yeah, that's all right. If this does it again, though, I'll check that. That looks more promising. There we go.
There we go. Nice.
So we were on the right track from the very beginning. It's just, I'll have to remember US West seems to be the good server to use for what we're doing. All right.
Oh, y'all want to stop here and then reconvene?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just quick add you all to role assignments. That way we have this captured.
What time do y'all want to
Contributor.
meet tomorrow?
Do y'all want to meet up tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we can meet tomorrow. I'm fine with meeting tomorrow as long as it's in the evening. I won't be able to do anything
Yeah.
while I'm working, unfortunately. But if we could just meet just to see how things are going and move forward. make sure that you have the access you need and can actually set up the stuff that you have to.
I'm saying
Does that
about
work for? Oops.
yeah, y'all saying about 7. Oh well, 7 is Eastern. That means 6 about around y'all time, or 7 or 8 my time, 7 your time. It's all in how y'all want to do it. I'm a little bit more flexible.
That's fine, either or. If y'all can hear me.
Yeah, either one works for me. Once it hits 5 p.m. Central Time, I'm good. I might even be able to do a little bit earlier. Probably nothing before 4 p.m. Central Time, but anything after that is good for me. So do we want to shoot for, I don't know, like 6 or 7 Central? Well, 6 Central, which would be 7 Eastern.
That works for me.
It works for me too.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and set up that invite. I'll send it out for 7 Eastern. We can meet up again tomorrow. We can just make sure everyone has had the ability to get into this and actually look at it, do whatever work it is that you can get done. I know you're probably not going to be able to do a lot, but I just want to make sure that each of you can get in and at least click around in here and see the stuff so you can do whatever it is that you need to do.
All right, thank you.
Sounds good.
Ben, does that recording, does that automatically pop up on our chat screen?
So it is going to pop up in the chat. Yes, I will stop recording right now and we will see.
All right, cool.